It's been a while. I've been away. I feel like I've made so many promises and then life happened. The most inconsistent football show there is, but we make a couple of shorts here and there and we have fun doing it. And somehow, after episode 50, we've been kindly gifted these lovely tops by Comma Football. So thank you very much to Comma Football. I've got a Ronaldo Sui one on. I'm more of a messy man, but it's just way too nice not to wear. The detail with it is unreal. So thank you, Comma Football. You're one I'm a bigger fan of, but I do love this top, but there's something about a bit of Brazilian sauce that is just unreal.
Bailando, joga bonito.
You get a little card with each one you get. So I've got a little Ronaldo stat with my shirt. I don't know, it's just proper classy. Yeah, it's sick. What is your... that's Santos. I think it's just really classy. Like, you can tell they've taken the effort to do that. And I love the little symbols as well. Like, you've got Sporting.
The marketing here is top.
Have you noticed as well on the sleeve? It's got all the badges.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Santos, Barca, PSG, Al Hilal. It's nice, isn't it?
Al Hilal. Where's he going next? It's not always at Santos.
Yeah, he's at Santos now. He's back at Santos. But, yeah, this is unreal. This is really nice. Thank you, Comma Football. I appreciate it. And obviously, that's a big thank you to everyone that watches as well. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching and supporting. We don't get opportunities like this as always. So, thank you. I'm sorry if it started a bit brandy, but it's like we had to kind of get the elephant out of the room. We're wearing both the kits. But welcome.
Now I'm going to be bagging on the field and off the field in this.
Yeah. I've
think about
it. The thing you probably can't see in shot, maybe you can, is there's like details to the kit each. So yeah, if you want to get like personalised player jerseys, go and hit Comma Football up. Thank you for sending them through, dudes. Appreciate it. Now, Premier League's about to start, mate. I was at the Villarreal.
Need more time.
Need more time?
Need more time.
We do need more time. Yeah, it's next Friday. We're recording this on the Friday. It's out next Friday as well. We've been very busy. You've been very busy. You've been living it up, organising parties, working. You've been at every festival under the sun.
You've been travelling. Anywhere but here.
First of all, we were supposed to organise a big podcast. That just hasn't happened because we've both been here, there and everywhere. I've been in Indonesia, finding myself. I've been in Bali and the Gili Islands. And I've had a fun time, mate. Meanwhile, you've been at every festival under the sun, as I say.
Yeah, I just hope you finish the trip with a bang.
Interpret that how you will. He means that there was a fantastic fireworks display on like my last night. It was great. Yeah, it's been really fun, mate, to be honest. It was really good. And this isn't our full-time job, but we love doing it. And we're back. And we're ready to stay more... Bro, do you know what we did? As he yawns, I've created a content plan calendar that I've pinned on our WhatsApp chat. That's how organised we're going to be for next season, inshallah.
Okay.
Well, I need to still double check 1 or 2 dates with you because we were supposed to film this on Monday. But we will. Anyway, sorry, I feel like this is really boring. Let's get on to reacting to our Premier League table from last year.
Ah, yes.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's run it.
So if you get the Premier League table from last season up right now, I can compare what we've done. I don't want to stay too long on this.
I can name the Premier League. It's in my head, the Premier League table.
No, go on, get up.
I know how to get it. It's all in my head. I know the positions of everyone.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. You want to test me?
Okay. Bournemouth.
No, I need to go from
No, get the table
1
up.
to 20.
I'll get the table up if you don't get the table up.
Okay,
I've got the table up. Okay, so
yeah.
Bottom 3, we'll just get straight to it. I put Leicester 20th. Not bad. Not bad to a bad start. Then it gets worse and then really bad. I then put Wolves 19th, which I don't think is a bad shout. The manager came in, did a really good job. I've got his name, Portuguese guy that loves a pint in Wetherspoons. And then... oh, why did I do this to myself? You've seen it, haven't you? I've at Nottingham Forest 18th. Just a PSA. a message in advance. This is probably the worst Premier League predictions of all time from me. What did you put? You put Leicester City 20th. Not a bad shout. Southampton 19th. You got that bang on. And you got Ipswich 18th. You got the bottom three bang on. Just in different orders. Southampton came 20th. Leicester came 19th. Was it Ipswich 18th?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then you got 68. Wait, Ipswich came 19th. Leicester came 18th. So you got +1 for everything, but you got the bottom three right. Anyway, moving on to mid-table. I put Ipswich. Do we bother with the mid-table bit? I can put it on the screen. Yeah. Ipswich, I put from 17th upwards. 17th to 10. Ipswich, Palace, Leicester. Leicester 15th is a howler. Brentford 14th. Bournemouth 13th. Fulham 12th. West Ham 11th. Everton 10th. I don't think there's much to say there apart from the fact that I put Leicester 15th.
Where did Everton end up? Like 13th?
Yeah, it's not. You put Wolves 17th, Forest 16th. Yeah. So you didn't think Forest would do as well as they did, but you didn't put them in the relegation zone like me. Brentford, Bournemouth, Fulham, Everton, Brighton, Palace. It's pretty similar. Now, it gets worse. When I say I am really embarrassed about this Premier League prediction, you'll see why. So, 9th place, I put Brighton. They came 8th. That's quite a good prediction. And in 9th place, you put West Ham, who came 14th. It's not that outrageous. It's not great, but you'll realise why in comparison. Chika, do you want to know who I put 8th in the league, in the Premier League?
Liverpool. Liverpool had a lot of doubters, to be fair.
But at 8th is outrageous from me.
I think that one killed you, man. That one killed you.
I don't think I should ever. I don't think I should be allowed to even predict the next Premier League set of predictions, but we will. Anyway, yeah, I put Liverpool 8th. My reasoning, new manager, no signings. Was I stupid? Yes. May you doubt my ball knowledge going forward forever? Yes.
I already did.
May Liverpool fans do that to me from now on? Put their middle finger up if you're listening? Yes. Should I be allowed near Anfield? No. Should I really be predicting some more Premier League tables? No. I think that actually might be the worst prediction of all time. I actually can't believe I've done that. Looking back, I can't believe I've done this. It can't go on like this, Chika.
Yeah, it can.
It can.
It is about to.
Yeah. Do we dwell on that longer, or is there anything you'd like to say on it?
You know, I gave you a couple of tips already for this year's thing, but we'll move on to that. So,
Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, you definitely didn't.
Yes.
Okay. 8th to 6th, I put Liverpool. You put Newcastle, which was 3 off. They came 5th. 7th and 6th, I put United 7th, which isn't great. Newcastle 6th, 1 off 5th. Don't think that's bad. You put Chelsea 7th, who actually came top 4. You get a lot of shit for that. Nowhere near as much shit for me in Liverpool. And United 6th. I don't think that's too bad.
I remember doing it, and I was like, out of hatred. I did those two out of hatred.
Really?
Yeah, I remember doing it. I was like, I probably did it on the whim again. I remember being sat right in a spot. You could probably reel it back. It's like, yeah, well, I fucking hate them.
Yeah, fair. Then 5th, I put Spurs. You put Villa. Yeah. And then top 4, I put Chelsea 4th. Bang on the money, if I do say so myself, after that horror prediction. You put Spurs 4th.
Not bang on the money.
That is pretty bad, but I don't think in comparison to me, that's nearly as bad.
I think it's worse. Because 4 to, 16th, 17th?
Yeah, I know, like, distance-wise, yeah. But I don't think anyone thought Spurs were going to come 17th. And then you put Liverpool 3rd, which I think is a great shout. I put Villa 3rd, which I think is a terrible shout. Another terrible prediction, shock. And then we both put City 2nd and Arsenal to win the league.
Yeah.
Should we get onto the new predictions? Yeah, I think we shouldn't dwell on that for too long.
Yeah, last season.
Yeah.
Football's dead anyway.
Cool. Cheeks, are you ready to do your Prem predictions for next season? I say we go through this quick because there's a lot I want to talk about as well. All right. Do you agree that the bottom three coming up will all go down again?
Yes.
Okay. I've gone Leeds 20th, Sunderland 19th,
Ah,
and then Burnley 18th.
so you agree? I convinced you.
Yeah. Have you done the exact same bottom three?
I haven't decided the order, but essentially, wait, backtrack.
Have you done the
Backtrack.
table?
Yeah, basically, I've basically done it. I've grouped them,
Okay.
so like I know what the top four gonna be. I know what the
Okay.
fifth to
I've done
ninth
Leeds
is.
20th, Sunderland 19th, Burnley 18th.
I've gone Burnley bottom, Leeds 19th, Sunderland 18th.
Is that just to be different?
Nah, it's just what I've got.
Oh, fair.
That's what I've got. This
All right.
guy thought that Sunderland would be staying up, by the way.
Yeah, but I changed my mind because
Yeah.
I only knew
He was
one.
like, look, let's make some great signings. I was like, who are they?
Adingra.
Adingra,
Adingra is
Adingra.
He's a very good player.
Xhaka, and who are the rest of them?
There's one called like Lefan or Lepan.
Great
something
player.
like
Great
that.
player. You know a lot about him, innit? Where did he come from?
Enzo Lafie, and he only cost nearly 20 million.
This
So
guy-
there you go.
He's supposed to make a segment about how Sunderland are good, how they're going to stay up. Safe to say that's been cancelled.
No, that has been very much cancelled. That has been very much cancelled.
No, I want to see it.
No,
Man. The Sunderland fans would love it.
All right, 17th, I've gone West Ham. You kill me, bro.
Oh,
Oh. All right, 17th. I'll do 17th to 15th real quick. 17th, West Ham. Their only hope is Jared Bowen. 16th, Wolves. They've still got a pretty average squad, but their manager is very good. And 15th, Brentford, because they're a very well-run club, and I think that will overtake the shortcomings of incomings and the manager being a set-piece coach. Who have you gone 17th to 15th, Chika? I was going to put Sunderland 17th.
Let me just check. I've got 20 teams here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
So let me
I'm
tell
missing
you why
I'm missing one.
I don't usually talk about like techie things on the podcast. Have you seen the way I've told
I missed
this,
Bournemouth.
Yeah, there you go. You're talking in the mic again. you were talking away from the mic. Like
No, I
that.
know I did it on purpose.
You're so dry, bro. Audio listeners don't know what's going on. All right.
What?
This is what I put up with, guys. This is what I put up with.
Shit, where did I put Bournemouth?
All right. 17th, 16th, 15th. We've got,
Did Bournemouth sell anyone?
yeah, Huijsen. And
The other centre back.
no, they
He's gone
sold
to PSG.
They sold Kirkes as well.
That's the whole back three.
Yeah, Liverpool, innit? He went to Liverpool.
Yeah. Kirkes.
But
The
they
Z guy.
got a new left back in, and he might be all right.
What's the name?
What's his name again?
This guy be like, oh, they might be all right. They got a left back. Oh, really?
He's
Oh,
called,
who is he then?
he's called Troffair. Yeah, he's
guy-
23 and he cost them £11 million.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Troffair.
Where's he from?
Belgium, actually.
Belgium.
I actually know that.
Oh,
Yeah, Truffles.
Didn't know it a second ago.
Yeah, no, but Truffles is going to come big for
He's
Bournemouth.
keeping them
Yeah, no,
mid-table.
Truffles is keeping him up. I just think he's a great manager, and yeah, they've lost a lot of players, and I'm really regretting where I've put them right now. So, but we're going to stick to it. So, who have you gone?
Okay, so I know my bottom three above my bottom three.
16th to 17th to 15th, real quick, Chick, because this is the boring bit.
West Ham 17th, Brentford 16th, Wolves 15th.
Okay. 14th to 10th. No, let's do 14th to 11th real quick. I've gone Fulham 14th. They haven't really strengthened too much, but I think they're a good side. They've got enough of a core base to do well. Still got Iwobi.
Fulham.
They've still got a core base and they haven't. I don't think they've brought anyone in really.
No, haven't sold anyone.
So that's, I think 14th is fair. Everton 13th. they're looking quite active in the transfer market, potentially bringing in Dibbling. I think they've also inquired about Grealish recently. That'll be massive. And I think Moyes is a fantastic manager and will keep them around mid-table. Palace 12th. If they sell Eze, maybe they'll be a bit further down. But I've got a feeling that Eze will come big and do very well for them next season. I think he's a good player. I'm not sure if he can fit into the boots of Eze, but very promising talent. And Palace always seem to create regens to replace players they've sold. Guehi doesn't want to leave. I think they're in a good spot. Whether the Conference League will affect them or not, we'll have to wait and see. Also, that's bullshit, the fact that they're in a Conference League. And above them, Palace fans are going to hate me, but Brighton. They've made quite a few decent signings, actually, that I do know about. Who they signed again? Tom Watson from Sunderland. I watched him in the playoff final. He was fantastic. He scored a winning goal in the last second against Sheffield United. He's got a bit, very strong, not too fast, but keeps the ball very well. I think he'll fit into their system really well. To be honest, apart from that, I don't know any of the other players, but I'm sure they'll be very good. But honestly, this Tom Watson guy's really good. The point is that they've strengthened quite a lot. They've even spent 30
They haven't
mil.
strengthened though.
But they've added depth. Tom Watson is strengthening.
Well, but if you lose Joao Pedro, who's probably like your best player, I don't think Tom Watson's going to replace his goals or assists.
No, but who says Welbeck can't have another good season? I mean, he had a very good season.
Can barely stay fit. He had a good season,
Yeah, I know.
but you know.
But maybe this 18-year-old Greek striker that they signed for 30 million that I know so much about because I watched the Greek league.
And then you're here worried about Gyökeres.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Jesus
But
Christ.
the 18-year-old strikers will be
I don't
light up
know.
the Premier League.
I just know Tom Watson's good, and that's going to make them come 11th. I spent a lot more time setting up the set than putting thought into these predictions. I'll be completely honest with you. But they've added a lot of depth, so there you go.
I don't know. I feel like they've gone weaker. And that's how I'm kind of judging it.
Well, what did they come last season? 8th, down to 11th. That's getting weaker, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm putting them as well.
Yeah. So I'm still figuring out everything. Bournemouth.
Cool, you ready?
Yeah, I believe so.
Who Forest lost?
Josselanga.
Yeah, that would be big though, because they play on the counter.
Yeah, but I think they can easily replace him.
I don't know. I do rate
They got
them.
money.
Yeah.
They got a lot of money.
The problem with this is there are so many like transfers
Who are they?
that haven't happened yet.
Well, yeah. It's
Like
hard
if Isak stays at Newcastle and he gets
I
good
think,
PR.
I think he's gone.
All right, who you gone for?
It's tough. I've gone 14th for Bournemouth,
Mm.
Palace 13th,
Mm.
Everton's 12th, and Brighton 11th.
So similar to me, kind of.
Yeah, I think you went Brighton.
Yeah.
Brighton 11th.
All
Wait,
right.
what? I thought I put Fulham there. That means I think Fulham's going to do really well.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
fuck it,
it, it's really hard predicting this year again because so many transfers ain't been done. But screw it, we no excuses. All right, 10th. I've gone Villa. I think they're going to have a bit of a fall off this season. Emery tends to shit the bed eventually. Whenever he's on the way out of the team, he does really, really well, and then for some reason, every time at the end of any managerial reign he has, he starts to overthink everything. Martinez is potentially out the door. They've lost 2 loan players in Rashford and Asensio who came up massive for them towards the end of the season. Obviously, they missed out on the top 4 for some bollocks at the end of the season. So they're in Europa League. Watkins is aging a bit. They haven't really strengthened. I think a couple of weeks ago, they'd only signed an 18-year-old centre-back. So I don't think they're going to be in big trouble, but I think they're going to be in trouble.
I think 10th is outrageous.
I really think they've weakened. I don't think it's that outrageous.
But I think they got into January without Rashford and Asensio, and they were like 7th, 8th. I feel like, yeah, Emery, he can overthink, but he's one of the best tactical coaches.
No,
game for
look,
game.
I'm not saying the geezer ain't successful and he hasn't done like the most incredible job, but there comes a time with Emery, I don't know what it is, and I can feel it. He's about to overthink everything this season. And I wouldn't. Here's an outrageous call. I wouldn't be surprised if Emery gets sacked this season.
I wouldn't be too surprised, but at the end of the day, Aston Villa got money issues. They had to qualify for the Champions League. They spent all their money in the hope that this would happen. So the pain of them not getting it, absolutely gutting. So in my opinion, they've still got good players. They've got Watkins, they've got Rastafari, they've got Rodgers.
No, they've still
got Barkley, Onana, Tielemans, Kamara. That's a banging midfield. And at the back, they're all right. So
I think they're a good team, but I think you need to strengthen if you're in Europa League. I don't think they've had enough depth. I think Watkins is aging, and I really think Emery.
What do you mean they need to strengthen? In the Champions League last year, we surely don't need to strengthen after being in the Champions League and being demoted to the Europa League.
Well, I think in the league you definitely have to strengthen. Well, you need to change it. You need to you don't want your team to sit still. I mean, I suppose the argument against that is Liverpool.
I just don't expect them to go from 6th to 10th.
I don't know. Watkins is getting older. McGinn's getting older now. Mings is injured all the time. Konza's got a lot on his shoulder. Martinez is about to leave. Again,
where's Martinez going?
Saudi Arabia, potentially. I just think that you've got aging players there, and I think it's the time to reinvest, and I don't think they've really reinvested well enough now.
I think Martinez only goes if it's like first half of August. If the season starts and Martinez is still there, he's not going.
Yeah, well, it's if buts and maybes. I just think they're a bit of their star players are aging a bit, and I think they could have done with
How old is Watkins?
He's 30.
Yeah, it's not aging.
30, 31.
It's not aging.
Well, he could still do really well, but
get fine.
I think he could do with a number 2, and they are looking to bring in another striker now, but he fell off the boil a bit towards the end of last season. He looked a bit burnt out. McGinn's getting on as well. McGinn's like 33, 34. He's a big... Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, John McGinn's like 33, I'd say.
No, he's not. He must be like 29, 30.
94. He's 30. Oh, shit. I thought he was way older.
No, he's 30.
Ignore me.
I have.
Ignore me. My main point is I just think they could have done with strengthening a bit more. And I just feel like Emery's going to overthink things.
All right, yeah.
And I think the Europa League on the Thursday is always just a bit of a pain in the arse.
Yeah, I hear that.
Just think they could do. But I think if they bring in a second striker, that could help them. But for me, Rashford and Asensio really played a big part in them having like a kind of burst towards the end of last season. And I don't think they've really replaced that. So I think Emery might overthink it and kind of shit the bed a bit. And I think it wouldn't be an outrageous shout to say that Emery gets sacked, as outrageous as that is because of all he's done for the club. Anyway, who you got 10th?
Fulham.
It's not a bad shout.
I just feel like every team's got weaker that was around them. Every single one. I think Palace potentially could get weaker. I think the manager's a good manager. I think they're probably going to make a signing or two towards the end of the season. So it doesn't look like anyone's in for any of their players, at least their key players. So I think the manager knows the group. If the manager is tactically efficient, they'll sign a player or two that will just be like what they need to kind of gradually improve as they have been doing every year. So yeah, I got faith in Fulham to make a couple places improvement in the league.
Fair. Ninth and 8th. I panicked to put Bournemouth 9th. Absolute howler. Truffles is not going to help him that much. I'm going to stick with it because, again, didn't really have much time to put this together, but I'm going to stick with them 9th. 8th, I've gone Forest. They've obviously... who they lose again? They lost a big player. Alanga. Langa's gone Newcastle. I think he's a very, very good player. I think he was a vital player to them last season. They haven't lost too much. Keeping Gibbs-White is massive. That could have had a big effect, thanks to Mr. Marinakis. They came 7th last season, I think it was. I don't think 8th is that bad. They've strengthened with a few signings from Brazil. Whether they'll be really good or not is another question. I don't know. I just think
it's the beauty of Edu.
Yeah,
gets his fucking friends deals.
Yeah, I think they'll just do it. I think one place down from 7th last season. It's not a bad shout. Who you got 9th and 8th?
9th, I've got Forest.
Mm.
I just, I think the other teams that I believe, it's so easy to put a big team. There's probably going to be one big team that flops. It might be like ninth, but I'm struggling here to see with the business that's going on, the money that's been chucked at certain teams. But yeah, I think ninth Forest. I think they got one of the best managers in the league, as you know. So
yeah, and eighth.
Eighth. I might have to go Spurs.
Interesting.
Eighth, I'll go Spurs. I think they're in transition. Obviously, they're going to be in the Champions League. Lost Maddison. They probably will replace him. I think Kulusevski's a great player. But, I don't think Thomas Frank is Jesus. Good tactical manager. Got better players now. It's not an easy decision. Don't know who would do better. Tottenham or United. Fuck. It's tough.
Go with your gut.
Yeah, I'll go Tottenham.
Go fair. All right, 7th, 6th, 5th. I've got Newcastle 7th. Again, this is dependent on the Isak situation, but I think with the way they play, the way they counter, I think Alanga and Gordon are going to cause problems for a lot of teams. I think, have they really signed? I mean, they're having trouble signing anyone. Have they signed another centre-back this season? I feel like they could have done with another centre-back, to be honest. No, they haven't. They've signed an 18-year-old left-back. I think if Pope can stay fit, it's good. It's mad to see Ramsdale as number 2 to him now.
Do you think he'll be number 2?
Yeah. Unless Pope kind of had a few clangers last season. God, I've had such a shocker reacting to my Premier League table and then thinking McGinn and Watkins are in their mid-30s. Jesus Christ. Can you tell I've rushed this together?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think maybe they could have added another defender just for depth. But I think for the most part, they're a defensively solid unit. And I think you bring Alanga in on the right. And if Isak stays and Gordon's on the left, I think that's a deadly front three. And I think on the counter, they've got enough legs to really hurt teams next season. I mean, look what Alanga did for Forest next season. He single-handedly scored goals for them. And that's why I just think on the break, they'll be very deadly. Then United, I've gone 6th. The main reason I've gone United 6th is because I think Amorim will come good this season. I think there's a lot of problems behind the scenes, and I said a lot of their transfers felt a bit pointless, there's no thought to them, but I really think Sesko's going to be good for them. I really think he'll come good. And I don't know. I just got a feeling Amorim's going to get it right. If they could add like another centre midfielder, who they got now? Ugarte,
Mainu, Casemiro, Bruno.
Yeah. If they could add another centre midfielder to that, I think they're in a strong position. But going forward, I think they're quite dangerous now with Mbeumo, Cunha, Sesko. It's ridiculous options. And I think when you strengthen that much as there's no thought behind it, I think at the end of the day, it's dangerous. And I think they will score you goals. So that, in addition to just a gut feeling that Amorim will get it right, I've gone 6th. 5th, I've gone Spurs. I think I forgot Maddison's just done his ACL. I've also think Tell might come quite good. A lot of my predictions are based on gut feelings. You know me. Tell will be quite good. Kudus would be quite good. I kind of forgot as well that Son's just left, which will be a year of transition, as you say. I think
one less leader.
I think you don't just win the Europa League. There's enough good players in that squad. You did, as much as we hate to say it.
They got good players, 100%. But I just don't think. I think every team kind of has good players now. I feel they got no leaders. I feel like Romero doesn't want to be there. If he goes, they'll be weaker. Can they get a better player than Maddison in? I doubt it. They had one in Morgan White, failed.
They're gonna be active. They'll bring in a player or two.
No, 100% they will.
And I think that will. And
can they level up on Son? I don't think so.
No,
Son
was on decline anyway.
Yeah.
I just think Frank will find a way to manage the team better, and I think they'll perform better in the league than they will in Europe. I don't think they'll do well in the champs, but I think Frank will be able to manage them a lot better. in the league. I think the reason why they did so bad was because Ange was just going gung-ho with everything 24/7. So I think a mix of, they're definitely going to bring in new signings. They're going to be playing more a kind of new style of football, and Frank will be a lot more tactical with how he manages the squad, and I think that's why Spurs will come fifth.
Mm.
Good argument.
Spurs aren't coming fifth.
So you got 75th.
But so what's next?
7th, 5th,
6th. Newcastle. 7th.
Yeah, same as me.
Oh wait, no, that's wrong. Sorry. I'm really debating whether who's going to finish above who, United or Newcastle. I think Newcastle obviously have the Champions League element, but I do definitely think once they sell Isak, which is likely going to happen, that they'll just spend money recklessly. Not recklessly, but really strengthening in all positions.
Yeah.
You don't get that amount of money, and you make Champions League, and you've only signed Ramsdale on a loan. They signed Elanga for 50 million. Haven't signed anyone else. I can't see them not doing the business and getting Tonali, Bruno, Joe Linton were great towards the end of last season. I think they just need to get a backup striker, a proper striker, and reinforcements at the back. But Livramento, Lewis Hall, they got some good players, man. They got a system. I convinced myself. Spurs 8th, Newcastle. Spurs 8th, United 7th.
We done 9th and 8th though.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did, because I did Bournemouth and Forest. You put Forest 9th and then someone in 8th, but I forgot who it was.
No, I don't think I said it. Spurs.
Oh, okay.
Spurs Spurs 8th.
Did you do Spurs? Just say Spurs 8th anyway. Let's just finish.
Spurs 8th, United 7th, Newcastle 6th,
Villa 5th.
Villa 5th.
Cool. I feel like we've touched on Villa and you've made your points there. So should we go straight to the top 4?
Yeah, go on then.
I've gone Arsenal 4th. I think I was quite shocked when I know it's just a pre-season friendly and it's the Emirates Cup, but I was quite shocked at how bad we looked. Max Dowman stood out, Mosquera stood out, and Norgard stood out. And to me, that's not a very good sign. I thought you could tell we're trying to learn how to play a bit different with Gyökeres up front. I know Gyökeres is very much kind of similar to Haaland in the sense that he's getting behind. I know Haaland's...
Gyökeres. What do you call him?
Gyökeres.
Yeah.
Did I call him Gyökeres? Oh, fuck it. Gyökeres. He's very much playing behind. Havertz drops deep, brings both wingers into play. You could tell there's teething problems with this Arsenal team. I was also looking at that left wing and watching Martinelli play, and I thought what you said back in the Papa Pincus podcast, looking at it right now, I think you're right. I think that is more of the problem that we have.
Yeah, man, striker was never the problem.
Yeah. I was just looking at it and seeing the way Dowman, a 15-year-old, was beating players compared to how Martinelli was. Again, I know it's just a pre-season friendly and Martinelli's beaten loads of players before. Nelly's dribbling skills are nowhere, like taking players on one-to-one when a defender's tight on him. It's nowhere near the level of some of the wingers in the league. I think, again, Nelly's a brilliant player to bring onto the bench and play in behind. When you've got Gyökeres doing that already, you need intricate wingers who can beat their man, often one-on-one in tight scenarios, not wingers that can beat players on the break. And you need players who are able to thread balls through. And I think a player like Eze or Rodrigo can come in and do that. I think Saka can do that off the right. I think Odegaard can do that in the middle. But yeah, just to say, I worry about Arsenal a bit with teething problems this season. I've just got quite a bad feeling, to be honest with you.
We're going to get up for the United game. I'm not too worried about us being worse off than Chelsea. Chelsea look exciting, but nah, I'm not scared about Chelsea. Chelsea got a very deep squad, deep squad. But with that comes its own trouble. So, nah, I'm Chelsea 4th. Chelsea fourth. They're not quite got the quality yet, I believe. Got unlucky with Lewis Cole. I know they're going to bring in a centre back straight away. Nah, still got shit goalie. Yeah, Pedro is a great player up front to have. But I think against some low blocks they might struggle a little bit. But yeah,
I think that front three will really make a difference for them this season.
the Brazilian.
I think João Pedro will do brilliant. Who's they? Gittins will do well. I don't think the Brazilian. I just think they're starting to click really well. I think. What's his name? What's the fucking manager called? Maresca. Went blank. Maresca, I think he's brilliant. Anyway, third I've gone City. I think a lot of people are writing them off way too quick. I think they've invested really well. They've brought in Ait Nouri, they've brought in Cherki, they've obviously got Marmoush now, who's a bit more settled at the club. Who else they brought in? They've made some really good signings. This Reinders in the middle for an aging Gundogan. Naipan and Bettinelli's not going to make a difference. But, yeah, I think Cherki's a very exciting signing. I think he's fluid, and I think it might be a bit of a Cherki and Marmoush show next season. Cherki's essentially coming for Grealish by the looks of it.
It's not a left winger.
Yeah, I know, but just a similar kind of mold to a player. Well, Grealish is on his way out. Cherki's on his way in.
Cherki's come for KDB.
Do you think?
I think he's going to use him more central.
But Cherki can do a job on the wing.
Yeah, for sure, on the right.
What, and playing Marmoush on the left? Wait, was Marmoush playing on the left?
He's playing off the striker and on the left sometimes.
Yeah, that's what makes it confusing. Anyway, I think you've got two very... to this discussion, you've got two very fluid players in Cherki and Marmoush, and I think they're going to be a nightmare to pick up next season. And then if you've got players dragging opposition defenders round, how much space does that leave Haaland next season? It's scary. I think I came home drunk and watched Tino Reyna's compilation with my mate, with Joe, who's another social media influencer in the space. He looks really good from the little I've seen. I think he's a good... He's not an upgrade on Gundogan, but he's someone who can fill the role eventually, hopefully for them. Maybe defensively, they still look a bit frail. They could definitely do with some reinforcements there, but yeah, I just think Cherki and Marmoush will come really good for the most part, and that's why I've put them third. And I think City always bounce back, and I think we're writing them off a bit too quick. They'll have hunger in their belly for the first time.
So
you're
putting them third?
Third.
That's our bounce back.
Yeah, it's improvement. They're not going to win the league.
Yeah, well, like...
No, it's better, isn't
bounce
it?
Back. It's not bounce back.
Well, it's one position higher. Wait, or did they come third? God, it's mad.
They finished like 2
It felt
points
like
off us.
if I'm having such a howler in this pod. It felt a lot worse than it was. They obviously had a bit... They started to get results towards the end of the season, but where were they were even battling top four for a while. Yeah, but I think that's them bouncing back compared to other teams who I just think are better.
Okay.
Who you gone third?
It's tough because I was going between City and Liverpool. No, City and Arsenal. It's tough, man. I don't think we're done in the transfer window, but I know City are done, and I still feel like the defensive frailties are going to cost them. Let me just be hopeful. I'll go City third.
Cool.
City third. I feel like De Bruyne, haven't replaced him. Shirky's a really good player, but De Bruyne is like, you can't replace the best player in the league.
Cool. And second, you've gone?
Arsenal.
And I've gone Chelsea. I think Chelsea is starting to click. I think Maresca's got them working as a unit. I was watching something like really interesting on their defensive fluidity against PSG. You know, like how centre-backs are like drawn to the, like don't want to come out of position if I'm playing, even as a very amateur player. Chelsea players follow their man. And I feel like they're going to implement a system that's quite different next season. I think players are starting to click. I think they've got different layers now. I think Palmer going through a really bad run last season really affected them massively. And I think they've brought in attacking reinforcements in Pedro, Delap, Gittins. That gives them other layers and gives teams other things to think about, essentially. I think Jackson was very wasteful in front of goal. He's got a really, really high XG. He looks like he's going to leave the club. I've got something to say on Jackson, actually. I want to do a little segment on it. But, thank you, mate. I think if Jackson creates a lot of chances. If you look at his XG, he gets into the great positions. But now they've got two players who do know how to finish their dinner, Pedro and Delap, and I think that will make a massive difference. On top of that, Gittins, will he be an upgrade on Madueke? I don't know. But I just think the attacking reinforcements, the team start to click. Maresca implementing new strategies to play. I think that will make a massive, massive difference. And I think they'll come really, really good this season. As much as it's pre-season, you don't just beat PSG like that for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Good point.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I just think attacking-wise, you kind of felt like you could leave Jackson. As mad as that is to say as a number 9. You weren't that worried about him, so you felt like you could mind Mark Palmer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Jackson not finishing his dinner really affected them last season. And Arsenal second for you, because?
I just don't think we've made progress in the window. I think it all depends on, if Gyökeres finishes dinner. I think he's top 3 best finishers in world football. But it's just about the gelling, about the finding him in the box and fixing that left-hand side on the pitch and make sure we're getting crosses. Because it's not like Lewis Kelly can cross very well. He doesn't cross the ball. Something's going to have to work on his game.
Yeah.
So it's just whether he's actually going to get that service from the left or if it's just going to literally just be one-way traffic down the right again. Maybe...
I don't think he scored a headed goal, though.
Huh?
Gyökeres. Gyökeres, there's a mad stat. He doesn't score many headers. I think he scored like one. Actually, no, I think he scored no headers at Sporting or something crazy like that. So he's not as much as he's massive, as much as he's big, he doesn't really get in the box. Maybe Arteta can change that. I thought the same about Havertz, and Havertz scored a few headers. So.
Yeah, Havertz is good in the air. But I mean, like, those balls across the ball, like, being there at the back post, like, how many balls have we crossed that are not there? We need a striker that'll be there and make the right run. It doesn't have to be a headed cross or,
The interesting thing with that, though, I was thinking when I was at the game the other day, the reason why we get in those positions is because Havertz drops really deep. So Havertz sometimes drops so deep that the two wingers, Nelly and Saka last season, they almost become the wingers, or two front forwards just coming in from wider positions. The reason why they're able to get into those positions and put those crosses in and drag defenders out of the 6-yard box is because Havertz has dropped really deep. So as much as they're progressing and they're pushing really high and getting those crosses in, do you not think we're creating those chances because the number 9's dropping so deep? Do you know what I'm saying? So as much as you need the number 9 on the end of them, the only reason why the number 9 isn't in the box is because the number 9 is the one who created the chance in the first place and dragged the defenders out. Yeah. So it's an open chance. It's like there's a lot of space in the 6-yard box, but if the striker doesn't make the movement deeper, i.e. Havertz, and Jesus used to do it before he got injured, does that chance occur as much? Which is what I'm thinking about next season, which I think teams will find it a lot easier against Arsenal to play a low block if they know that our main ball through is going to be Gyökeres. And we don't really counter. We're not very good on the break. I think we've created the least amount of chances last season through counter-attacks in the league. So, and Gyökeres, even when you've seen him play against Arsenal, it was through counter-attacks he got his chances. Does that not concern you?
No, like, what concerns me is just the left-hand side. I'm not concerned about scoring goals. I want to be dominating possession. I think we bought Zubimendi to do that. We've still got the best defence in the league. I think when you have the best defence, you have an opportunity to do anything. I think that's your base. But yeah, it's going to take time for, Madueke to get used to playing in a different system on the left. And Gyökeres, it's just going to be, he's going to get chances at the end of the day.
Yeah,
he is going to get chances.
Yeah, he is.
And he's going to be better on the fast break. That's his game.
Yeah.
Eating up ground, eating up space, counter-attacking and not needing too many chances to finish. But
Do you think that's why he wants to put Madueke on the left, as it looks like right now? Because if you put Madueke on the left and we're breaking, and he can whip in across a lot quicker, even sometimes from deeper from the left.
Yeah.
And it looked like he was doing that the other day. So I wonder if we are going to focus on more counter-attacking. But which would make sense because we're so defensively astute. Yeah, we just got to be a bit more ruthless. But again, these growing pains, it does worry me.
We'll see. I still think we got a better squad than largely every team apart from Liverpool.
Liverpool winning the league. Verts, disgusting signing. Ekitike, disgusting signing. I don't know too much about Ekitike, if I'm being honest.
But he's disgusting.
The fact that they've invested in another forward is...
It's just if they get Isak, that's just fucking greedy. That's the only reason I'm like, they're definitely win the league. If they get Isak, he's the best striker in world football for me.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can think of that maybe will bring them down a bit is how they create chances from the right because Trent provided so much. But I think they've got so many layers to attack. I think I was just saying to you off camera before this that, Verts is going to come on the left, like that front three if they get Isaac, Salah. Verts is playing in the cam. And they've got so many layers to attack. I think the simple thing with them is Ekitike is there as well. It's just ridiculous. They were such a good team last season. We didn't give them enough credit, I think. Myself, maybe you disagree. If you gave them more credit. I just think they're such a good team and they've evolved and invested very, very well. I think that simple formula helps them. I think they've got other layers to their game now and other layers to a squad that was already very, very strong. I think also like Frimpong playing on the right, he's kind of more like Robertson was on the left and Kirkes coming in on the left. It's more like Trent on the right. I'm not saying Kirkes has the same ability technically as Trent, but I think his delivery, I think maybe we don't appreciate that as much for Bournemouth. They've almost like swapped attributes in each fullback spot. Will Kirkes come good? Will he have great deliveries? Will he create a lot of chances from left? We'll have to wait and see. But that's the way I'm looking at it from someone who doesn't know Liverpool very well. And I think a lot of people are very naive to how actually good they are. And obviously, you have players like Gravenberch who just kind of out of nowhere were like, do you know what? I'm actually an amazing player. I'm going to show everyone that I'm an amazing player. But yeah, after no investment last season, they've got a core and they've added more layers to the squad. Do you think that's a fair assessment?
Yeah. I think it's fair.
And that's why I think they're going to win the league. Is there anything else do you think that makes them even more dangerous this season? I
think Slot, he's good at making tweaks. I think he's a good tactical manager. Doesn't change too much, but we'll see. I want to see how we line up and how all the players will adjust, but it's a good team.
Yeah.
Good team. So I think that's why we got them both to finish top of the league, and I don't think... I'll bet money on it.
I'll bet money on it, yeah. Yeah, they just look ridiculously strong. I think they've filled in the holes in the squad that were needed to get filled.
Yeah.
They just look ridiculously strong. Now, for next season, is there a hot take that you've got? Should I expand on my one over something that might happen?
Yeah, you go for yours.
Cool. I've been reading quite a bit before the season. You might not think that through a lot of my predictions on the table, thinking that John McGinn's in his mid-30s and Watkins is in his 30s. After predicting Liverpool 8th and sounded like I have no ball knowledge at all. Maybe I just don't have any ball knowledge. I read a really interesting article on Jackson, and this might contradict my point about Chelsea because I said he doesn't finish his dinner enough. My point with this hot take for the new season is if Jackson could actually learn to finish his dinner, and sometimes Jackson would like score a worldie out of nowhere for Chelsea. I think if Jackson goes to Newcastle and Isaac leaves, Jackson has a very, 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 very good season at Newcastle. If he can stay fit, I think Jackson could score 20 goals for Newcastle if he learns how to kick a ball in the goal, which is pretty important. I just saw some interesting stats. I was reading an article on him. Look, I know stats aren't everything, but I just found it really interesting. He had the most counter-attacks based on ball carries last season, so he triggered the most counter-attacks carrying the ball. He made the most runs in behind out of any other player in the league last season, and he had one of the highest XGs in the whole league. He also scored 15 goals in 30 games last season for Chelsea. That's 1 and 2. Can't remember if that's in the league. No, it wasn't in the league. I think that's all comps. He gets into the right positions.
No, I can't be all comps.
I think he only played
30 games. And then
What's
FA
his
Cup,
stats?
League Cup.
Sorry, let me get this right. He scored 13 goals in 37 games. Sorry. And 3 of them were in the Conference League as well, so he got 3 and 3 there. But the geezer poses a threat. And I think in a team like Newcastle, where you're constantly running in behind on the break, he's constantly getting into the right positions. He's constantly generating counter-attacks. I think either in a Forest or a Newcastle, Jackson could become a very, very, very deadly striker. The only problem with Jackson is, for some reason, he gets in front of goals and says, do you know what, I'm just going to fuck everything up. And there's so many times we've seen Jackson get into brilliant positions. That's why he has some of the highest XG in the league. So my hot take is, if Jackson actually learns how to kick a football in a goal, essentially, if Jackson learns to become more composed and a more deadly finisher next season and joins a Newcastle where they'll be playing on the break a lot, kind of set up like more like a, how it's very well noted that Howe took a lot of inspiration from Simeone. We've seen the way they set up, Alanga and Gordon on the right and the left. If Isaac stays, their game plan going forward on the break. Obviously, that isn't just what Newcastle do, but it's a big part of their game plan. I've just spat, sorry. But I just found it really fascinating that Jackson generated some of the most counter-attacks, made the most runs in behind, and had some of the highest XG. And of course, that comes with that. But again, that's just like saying, maybe it's a really stupid point, but I just think Jackson is one thing away in a team like Newcastle or a Forest from being a very good striker. That's my hot take. So I think if Jackson could become composed, it's a big if, and ends up joining Newcastle, I could see Jackson bagging at least 15 in the Prem next season if he stays fit.
Damn.
Interesting point, I thought.
No, I think Jackson's a good player. He's just not the best striker. He's got all the tools. He's got pace, power, good touch, decent dribbling, makes runs, presses. It's just, sometimes he's just a loose cannon. He gets... His discipline is terrible. He gets in his head. He lets his frustrations out. You kind of need a striker to be more of a calm, cold-blooded sort of nature. That's why, certain people like Gyökeres, I'm like, cool.
Yeah. Well, that's obviously why he's missing so many chances as well, to get into so many scoring positions. Because it's so weird. He'll just score a worldie out. He's a very frustrating player to watch, and I can imagine why Chelsea fans wouldn't want him, especially when you're trying to develop as a squad, and you can obviously see the Chelsea hierarchy a bit fed up with him not finishing his dinner as well. And you can see last season they obviously believed in him, but there was so many times where he was in great positions and just did not finish his dinner. But I just found it a really interesting stat. So he's doing all the right things, but as you say, he's just a bit of a loose cannon. He's a bit too erratic in front of goal. If he can just get that right, there is an amazing player there. It's so weird. It's like the Infinity Stones. He's just one jewel away. But honestly, I think if Jackson goes to Newcastle, for the most part, I think it's quite a good signing, especially with the way they're set up. And I also think at Forest he'd be quite handy, just through the way they play and through.
You don't believe in Chris Wood no more?
I think it would come good, but I think Jackson wouldn't be. I think Jackson would be a good addition to Forest. I just think of the way those teams are set up and the way what those stats suggest. I think he would fit in very well.
Yeah,
Do you think it's an interesting point? There's my hot take. Have you got any hot takes for the season?
Not off the top of my head, man. I think the Chelsea finishing second was a mad take. Because you basically think they'll be challenging.
Yeah. I do. Well, there's only one way to see it. I think they've strengthened going forward a lot, and I think Jackson missing a lot of chance. It kind of contradicts the point I'm making now. I think made a huge difference, and I think when you're not really worried about a striker finishing his dinner, when you're not worried about that, your focus comes a lot on the player that's creating all the issues, and that was Palmer.
Yeah, I don't know. I think like Palmer and Jackson was a good partnership. I think Jackson stretched and gave Palmer so much more space. I think as good as a player as Joao Pedro is, he obviously his movement's great, but he does like coming to the ball a little bit. He does make runs as well. Don't get me wrong, but we'll see what happens when
I think
the
that's
league
where
starts.
Delap comes in handy. Delap's a very much play it in behind kind of player.
Yeah,
And I think he's almost an upgrade on Jackson in terms of physicality as well.
I don't think so. I don't think.
I think
Delap's
he's
a monster, 100%.
I think Delap's slower but he's stronger, and Jackson's faster but weaker.
Yeah, it'll be interesting how to see how they line up, and even with the new boys, how they adjust. Gittins, the Brazilian boy.
I just think they're about to gel. I think Maresca's no schmuck. I'm interested in the way they're playing, and I think they'll bring something new. And I think whereas Arsenal have brought in all these players now, and I just think it's a Hail Mary, and you need time to gel. I think last season was the season to bring in maybe one or two of the players that we brought in this season.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Okay, if you haven't got a hot take in regards to that, I'm interested. So I made a video and I was like saying, attacking football's back. Like I'm really excited. Obviously, got Gyökeres, Madueke, Dalap, Pedro, Gittins, Elanga joining Newcastle. Tell signing on a permanent. It's going to be a very attacking minded league next season. I think I'm really excited to see Chika and Marmoush play. I think that will become a really deadly duo. I think they'll complement each other very well. Maybe it'll be the opposite because they are actually kind of quite similar players. Cherky's left-footed, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a left.
But he's strong on both, I think.
Yeah. Who do you think's getting the Golden Boot next season? I think Haaland. It sounds obvious, but
I think Gyökeres or Haaland.
I don't think Gyökeres.
They're kind of similar molds, They're not
Yeah.
the best player. I think they focus on goals. They might not essentially make the team that much better, but, I feel like I'm just going to go for the team where, we create a lot of chances. We just haven't really had... Sometimes the chance isn't a chance because no one's on the end of it.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of placed balls that go across the face of the goal. So I think if Gyökeres comes good, I think he'll be giving us a lot of numbers this year. But if he doesn't, obviously, he's just an unknown. When you sign a new striker, you don't think they're going to just come in and get top scorer.
I think the interesting thing is, and the only thing that will make a difference is that Haaland's playing in a team who are used to him running in behind, whereas Gyökeres is coming into a team where they're not really used to having a player running as in behind as much. Havertz drop deep. They're adjusting to Gyökeres' style, whereas everyone knows how Haaland plays, and Haaland's almost developed his game at City. So I think that will make the difference. I think Haaland's used to the system more. And I think that's why I'll get the Golden Boot. And I also think when you've got players like Cherky and Marmoush behind you, I think it's assists galore, really. And who else have they got? Savinho, Doku.
Mid.
Who else have they got now? Foden, maybe. I don't know. I just think Haaland's in a system where people understand him a lot more. And Gyökeres is coming into a new team, and I think that's what will give Haaland the edge in the Golden Boot. Are you sure there's not any other players like Joao Pedro?
Technically, Haaland did better in his first season when no one knew they never played with him. So it's kind of like...
He also had a bloke called Kevin De Bruyne behind him.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, but now he doesn't.
Yeah, it's true. Is there any other, not like a Delap or a Pedro or
no chance.
Salah, Verts,
Salah, of course.
Ekitike, Isaac?
You always think Salah's going to slow down. He's 33, but Salah's a good shout. I think him missing Trent I can't see him.
Don't think Kirkers can do it from the other side?
No, it's different. Kirk is a great player. By the end of the day, he's not finding worldy passes from
Yeah, fair.
from his own half.
Yeah, fair.
It's a cross.
So final answer, you've got to lock it in. I think Haaland, just because the only difference I can really see, well, obviously he's done it for a bit longer than Gorokes and at a younger age. I just think the difference is the City know how to play with Haaland, whereas Arsenal are learning how to play
Safe
with
bet is
Gorokes.
Haaland, so I'll go for Haaland. I feel like he knows the league. He's kind of come with the fire in his belly. He knows how shit they were last season, and yeah, he's gonna come in fit. You know, he got injury problems last year, but no, I think he's gonna be he's gonna come back with vengeance this year. He's gonna miss De Bruyne, but can't bet against Haaland for top scorer, man. Can't. But I'm hopeful that Gyökeres is just as lethal finisher, so we'll see.
Fair. All right, one thing, I just want to touch on the Emirates Cup real quick. First of all, Arsenal. Love what you've done with the Guinness. I absolutely loved it. But it was the worst Guinness I've ever had. I was very disappointed. I was more excited about the Asahi, even though I'm not a massive hater on Camden House. You don't drink beer, so I'm going to move on, but I just need to get that off my chest. Secondly, something I know there's loads of different type of fans that come to the Emirates Cup. For instance, I even went because it's the only time I can really get a ticket personally by myself. Went with a few mates. I was really pissed off at people booing Pepe.
Well, as soon as he stepped on the field, they booed him.
As soon as he touched the ball. It really pissed me off. Like this, how has he been disloyal? Yes, he didn't perform that much. He didn't choose his price tag. He didn't celebrate us against us. And then he puts a classy post up after going back home. He had a really tough time. I just really pissed. Like,
why they boo him? Makes no sense.
Makes no sense. I'm just like, yeah, maybe if he's joined Tottenham or Chelsea or even United or something like that, or he left on bad terms and he raged out and stuff like that. Geezer was like the most inoffensive guy to leave the club maybe ever. And there was just these brain dead fans in the stadium, and it just really annoyed me. I don't think I've seen plenty of players come back and play against Arsenal. I've never, and like leaving in an inoffensive way, I've never seen Arsenal fans boo them before. It was new. I was just like, what is happening to our fan base?
Yeah,
it really annoyed me. Yeah, I know. Maybe I sound like I'm being dramatic, but
no, I think I hate shit like that.
Just like if you're a fan and you're booing,
they cheered him on, man.
Yeah, trust me. I was actually part of me genuinely, because it's a friendly. I was happy he scored.
Yeah.
I was genuinely happy Pepe scored. He's had a really rough time. He was supposed to be this. Imagine having that pressure to be like Arsenal's jewel in a time where we're really struggling. And to be fair, at times he did quite well, but he doesn't fucking pick the price. If you want to boo someone, you should boo a Ghanaian midfielder we had. I'll leave it at that.
No one ever booed him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that just makes me angry even thinking about it. And ironically, he just joined them. There was a kid on his year 10 summer holidays playing for Arsenal yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the other day, Wednesday, 2 days ago from now. Chika. I know I talked about him before. It was ridiculous. He was our best player on the pitch. Like, maybe bar Norgard and Mosquera, every second this kid was making it happen. Won a penalty. And it got to the point where I was watching it, I was like, Odegaard's actually feeding Dalman like he's the star player. It was weird. You kept on having to remind yourself he's 15. Also, because he's quite big for a 15-year-old as well. Like, it's quite it's ridiculous. The geezer's not going to be able to change in our changing room for another 3 years. And he's our best player on the pitch in a friendly. Again, I know it's just a friendly, and I said I was happy Pepe scored and stuff like that. It was... Nice fart. You bastard. You throw me off. If you listen to this, Chika just farted. You bastard.
Allegedly.
It was a soft one. Alright, Stupid 2 he's coming out again. But, bro, it was night and day compared to Martinelli even going past a player. It is terrifying. I've never seen a 15... I don't think I've ever really seen a 15-year-old play. It was scary.
Yeah, no. He looks good. Like, you know, all I've watched his comps for the past 6 or 7 months. Watched comps at him at the Youth Euros. Watched...
There's that one where he goes to the byline and
Nah, he's a silly player, man. I'd love to. I can't wait to see him. You want to see more of Wanyeri as well, you know.
Yeah.
Instead of seeing this fucking Tweedledum and Tweedledee on the left wing, I want to see some of these guys actually get some minutes.
Yeah.
I was worried that Wanyeri was going to sign a deal, but I'm glad that's been locked in. I'm glad Madueke and maybe a couple other signings aren't going to stop him from believing in himself and doing big things for the club.
It was almost like
The Messiah.
it was. Maybe Wilsh. In my memory, because I think I watched when I was younger. I watched Wilsh in the FA Youth Cup, which is a crazy thing. Shows my age. Maybe bar. I'm gonna say something crazy. I think he impressed me more than Wilshere did in the FA Youth Cup. Wilshere was ridiculous. Don't get me wrong. I watched him in the final. I think it was against Liverpool. I watched him in the FA Youth Cup final. Every time. I think I saw Dalman lose the ball once when he took on a player. Once. And he almost didn't know what to do because it was... The only criticism I'll give Max Dalman is stop wearing your shorts like it's Buzlo Batty. This is iconic. Yeah, okay.
He's comfortable.
Yeah.
Maybe because he's a kid, he's wearing grown man shorts.
Yeah. But literally he was our outlet. 1-2 penalties. It's scary. It's scary. I don't want to put too much pressure on a kid, but...
He looks like he can handle it. But, you know, when the league starts, you know, Saka's not going to get...
Oh, yeah, of course. He needs to be eased in to play men's football. Like, his body won't be able to take it. Like, he's literally still growing physically. But wow. I know Arsenal fans overreact a lot. I've seen plenty of it. I'm one of them sometimes. This isn't overreacting. This is the prophet. All right, talking Nwaneri, I think we need to touch on this. Obviously, there's been noise about Dalman that I've just gone on about. There's been all the signings, Norgod, Gyökeres, Mosquera, which was a bit more of a quiet one, Zubamendi, Miles Lewis-Skelly signed his new contract. Do you think this is something that might have flown under the radar because of all the noise?
No, I think, you know, a lot of fans are very happy. Probably some fans were a bit worried. But I think, Lewis-Skelly is... Like, I had no doubts about him. Nwaneri was a bit shaky about, but...
Yeah.
And I'm happy, man. You know, these are star boys. These are people that we expect to be the leaders of the club coming later. So I think it's a good thing. Locking them in. We don't have any Ashley Coles anymore.
No.
We don't have that situation like looming over us, but it's good, man. I forgot how good of a player Miles Lewis-Skelly got nominated for. What's it called? Copa. Copa Trophy. So obviously he's not going to win it, but with the likes of Lamine Yamal and Dewey there, but it's good to have a young player getting recognition. Hopefully, you know, players like Nwaneri can maybe.
Can you see in 5 years Dalman, Nwaneri and Skelly all fitting into the squad?
I'll be shocked if they don't.
Yeah.
I'll be really shocked.
They've got outrageous talent. Like, what is it for Nwaneri that stands out for you? For me, when I watch...
English as well. Mad.
Yeah, that helps with homegrown. What is it for you that stands out most about Nwaneri? For me, like, obviously, I think we've watched him and he's got an incredible shot. He's got against City. His close control is incredible. Got naughty nutmeg. And again, I know it's just pre-season against Villarreal. Like, his close control is ridiculous. He didn't have like the most amazing game against Villarreal, but when I watched him, he can really zip a pass. I think that's one thing that maybe has gone under the radar a bit because he's on the right wing and he's playing in the 10. Nwaneri's passing's double decent.
Mm.
So I didn't realize it was as good as it was. So this guy just has so much to his game. Obviously an incredible shot. He's got an iconic cut in kind of at 18, 17, 18 to have an iconic kind of goal is ridiculous. One. Two, his close control is brilliant, and three, his passing's great. I say one or two times maybe Nwaneri can overcomplicate it, but if that's my biggest criticism for an 18-year-old, how good must you be? Is there anything that stood out to you, like when you've watched him?
Just his close control, his maturity, you know. Yeah, I think that's it. I think he's been able to beat a man, make the right pass, not rush things. Yeah, I think both him and Miles Skelly, you know, the work that's gone into them from Mertesacker, Jack Wilshere, Lundberg, all of those people that kind of helped the academy boys progress. I think to have that at your club, I think it's always been something that we've loved and it's kind of been lost in the past. I think before Emile Smith-Rowe and Saka was a bit stale. I couldn't really remember anyone since maybe like Wilshere or...
Yeah. Well, even then.
I'm trying to remember if there's anyone in particular from Wilshere to Saka, Emile Smith-Rowe that
there
kind of
was,
made it in the academy.
Chuck Sanike was supposed to be really... Do you remember that? And then he's at Charlton now. He's done he's done well for himself still.
No, like,
way better than I'll ever do. But
he made one appearance. Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
But I thought he was gonna be like the
To be
next
fair,
big thing.
If we're talking about like Reece Nelson, he was supposed to be big.
Yeah. J. Emmanuel.
Chris Willock,
J. Emmanuel Thomas.
Jet. Oh
Yeah.
my days.
Do you remember that infamous Hocus Pocus goal?
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's I can't
he
remember.
was too busy, you know, shot in Hocus Pocus.
100. Yeah. It's just ridiculous. I can't remember a time where three players this good came through at the same time. There's always been like, you know, your Wilshires, your Fabregases.
Yeah.
It was always at different times. So we're spoiled. I think we're spoiled.
You know, I think we're in a good way. I think, you know, one more world class player will be alright.
I really agree with you on the left wing. Until I watched it the other day, the way we play, and I'm sorry if this is going back to Arsenal a lot. I mean, it always will, probably. But just like watching, I can see what they're trying to do in Madueke, but with Nelly, we need someone more intricate, someone who's better in tight spaces. And you might think Trossard, but I think we need a level up on that. Trossard's just way too inconsistent. He's the only player I see that, like, once he gets in the starting 11, he drops off a fucking cliff.
You just need special ability. If you can't get special ability, we need pace, power, and trickery.
That's it. For me, it's trickery, beating that man, creating the half space so you can thread it through to Yorikes. Because Saka can do that. Erdegaard can do that. And if I just think if you get that third player who can do that, I think it'll make a massive difference for the way we want to play. I don't think Nelly's in tight spaces is nearly as good as anyone.
No.
Again, Nelly on the break. We just need to upgrade that left wing. It's such a...
Imagine giving the ball to Liao in space, man. God.
Yeah. One can dream. We're spoiled anyway, but anyway, cool. All right, we're going to wrap up. But before we wrap up, I just want to tell you about my maddest moment. Firstly, I just want to say, I don't know if this is an offensive term, so please don't cancel me, but these dwarf parties that footballers are starting to throw.
Footballers, I thought it was just Yamal.
No, Garnacho did it. Have you not seen his 18th birthday?
Oh shit! Yeah. No.
Garnacho. That. What is the hype with this? Did they all watch Project X or something and just thought, I'm gonna follow suit? Because that is the prime example of having too much money too young.
Good.
Like, I don't know, bring a IRL scale electric
Well, it must
track.
be a business. They're supporting businesses?
Yeah, probably the wrong ones, mate. It's
So you don't think dwarfs are allowed to be waiters?
no, 100%. No, we're not going down this. We're not going down this hole. Of course, it's the way they're doing it. They obviously bring in people, dwarfs, to these parties, and they're going. It's almost like they're making them jesters. That's the problem. But my mate, anyway, it's not even about that. I don't get the hype.
Who said there's hype?
No, well, there obviously is because every teenage footballer's doing it nowadays. Why would that come to your head? I remember when on your
It's a bit
birthday,
mature.
on your birthday, you got a cotton candy machine. You did?
Yeah.
Not dwarf.
But they're serving. Not just there.
No, Garnett. Yeah, they were. They cut the cake for Garnacho. Yeah, you got a candy machine. Or what else did
Candy
you get?
floss.
Candy
And popcorn. Or maybe it's just candy floss.
It's a lot better than Iron Doors.
You're fine, man. Like,
But it's just weird. It's just too much money. It's
What do you think is better, that or getting like half naked women to do beats to be serving? What's worse?
You make a good point, Chika. And I think if we expand on this point a bit more, I think they should just stick to sweet machines. Like you. What else have you got? You had a nice photo booth at your last one. That's the way to do a party. Don't need dwarfs. I just don't get the hype. Anyway, also I was reading one other thing I want to touch on is Son signed for LAFC. First of all, he said, "You guys weren't my first choice." I thought, deep. Secondly, I don't know who she was. She was like a spokesperson for the club.
Yeah.
She thought that Son could play for the US men's national team because he now plays for LAFC.
I thought she was trying to say like LA would win the World Cup as well. Like,
No, she was saying, I really hope that for the US men's national team, we can do well now. Not too much pressure. Love. I know America's a very diverse place. But it'd be a bit weird at a time of like ice raids to bring Son in and playing for the national team. I'm glad that she's got a liberal head on her. She's got a liberal head on her, but it's
I just don't understand how you can bring someone that knows nothing about football
and talk
to talk and do all of that stuff.
Yeah, it was an interesting one. I just thought, I don't really know what to think of it. I just thought it was weird.
Yeah,
she's liberal though. She's got a liberal head on her. Because if that was Trump, he'd be like, "No way you could play for the team."
Trump was too busy on the podium at the fucking Club World Cup, stealing the shine.
Ridiculous. What else? Oh, Fred, the old striker. I was listening to the story the other day. So when he was in Brazil, right? There's a mad story. I don't know how I heard this. He had a really bad performance. I think it was at Fluminense. I could be very wrong. Do you know what a caipirinha is? It's like a Brazilian cocktail.
Yeah,
it's
I love it.
Crushed lime and cachaça. It's beautiful. They blamed Fred in the morning in the newspapers and accused Fred of drinking 60 caipirinhas before the for the game. Sorry, Brazilians, I butchered the word caipirinha. Caipirinha. They accuse him of drinking 60.
Yeah.
I can barely do 5 pints, geez. That's spirits. I'll be fucked. I thought, that's an outrageous headline. Like, I'd be dead. Anyway, I get to the press conference the day after. And they're like, this is outrageous. How could you do this before a game? So Fred sets the record straight. He's like, come on, I can't have my name slandered like this. So he gets out the receipt from the night before the game. And he goes, it's 27 caipirinhas, it wasn't 60. So that was brilliant.
Yeah,
that's something I'd do. It'd be like 4 Stellas instead of 6.
Did he still play?
Yeah,
Oh, damn.
but what's Brazil for you? Vai.
I need to go, man.
Yeah,
I need to
go
go.
on, do a left trip. Look, you're manifesting right now.
I'm trying. Oy.
Yeah, anyway, freak of the week. I'm going to give it to Max Dowman, if I do say so myself.
I'm not doing a freak of the week in preseason.
Howler.
And aren't you the howler, not the freak?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Who would be a howler?
Gyökeres.
Nah. Howler. Oh, James Madison, but it's kind of deep. Duns ACL. Just because it's a howler because because he obviously is a big personality. He's getting clowned on X. Everyone's doing the Roy Keane screenshot of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's deep, man.
Oh, God.
But after all that beef, it is a bit of a howler because I really like Madison, but I'm only saying he's a howler because I can't think of anything else.
Nah, speak. Nah, you don't want to see him on ACL.
Yeah.
He's a good lad, man. He's a good lad.
I really like. Yeah, it's just more. That's all I've seen on Twitter.
Yeah,
I can't think of anything else. Cool. All right, I think we're going to sign off to the next one.
To the next one.
We'll be a lot less rusty next time. There's no travelling. There's plenty more partying, but there's no travelling. So we'll be right in Londres.
Let the season commence.
Let's go.